Hello and welcome to Redmen TV. It's Jonathan here after a wonderful 3-0 victory over Huddersfield. And smell that, folks. That's the sweet smell of 3 points. Something we have been missed, and we've missed for what seems like a long time. In reality, it's not that long of a time. Seems like an age, but isn't life so much better when the Reds cruise to an away victory like that? And, you know, that performance matched with the other results elsewhere, particularly the Arsenal results, all of a sudden things are so much more rosy. And let's be honest, folks, it was pretty doom and gloom. A lot of off the field issues, transfers or lack of transfers, mainly in the case for us over the last couple of days. And it was just, even Twitter was just a horrible space to be in and to be around. And you try to avoid as much as possible, but it still sucks you back. And just wasn't a nice place to be. And it was great to have the distraction of a Liverpool team playing a game of football tonight, and particularly after the two recent results. And the most pleasing thing about tonight is that it was so easy for us. It was it was like we were just cruising in third gear. Huddersfield, surprisingly, I was kind of a little bit, I wonder, are these guys going to put us under a lot of pressure? I saw what they did earlier in the year to City, for example, and they really put them under a lot of pressure. But no, weirdly tonight, which was, don't get me wrong, I'm delighted the way with their tactics, but that Liverpool defence, they never got at it. There was even our team selection when I got sent it this morning, and you looked at it and straight away you're like, ooh, no Van Dijk, that midfield three, you're questioning the creativity. Where's it going to come from? And what they didn't, they made it so easy for us. They just pretty much sat back and let us play the ball, and absolutely dominated the ball, and had the extremely low bank, and just let us play really. And I did think that we right from the start, really, we were a bit more aggressive. We definitely pressed a bit more. Our passing was a bit more quicker and zippy. And a lot more direct balls, from back to front, not hoofs, but along the ground. You see the centre halves just zipping balls through. And say what you like about Henderson, and he gets a lot of shit online. He's definitely, particularly against the low bank teams, he's definitely a better option in terms of moving the ball and getting us flowing that little bit easier. And he had a very good game there tonight, and really got us moving. And Chan, to be fair, had a good game as well. A little bit more advanced. I thought himself and Millie were great the way they kind of just pushed when needed. They kind of spread to the wings, and you had Chan coming down the right hand side and Millie coming down the left, and giving that other option to overload the wing backs. Because that's one thing we were very guilty of in the Swansea game, was everything was so compact, so narrow. We definitely, you could see there was a conscious effort there to get down the wings, and even it was very noticeable. You could during the lulls in the first half, when we had loads of possession of the ball, the crowd kind of zapped a bit, and you could hear Klopp giving his instructions to Robbo, and he's like, "Get forward, we don't need you here, get forward. When we've three, get forward." And it was notable that we did concentrate on trying to get some width, and we had long large periods of possession of the ball. Looked comfortable. They had the one chance. It was funny. Like, I tweeted at the time, and I think along with every other Liverpool supporter at the time, when they had that opportunity. Now they're only one of the game, that being said, but Carrick's to make the save, and it felt like a lifetime. And obviously it's not, but it felt like a lifetime since we've had a keeper that's made a save for us. And from then on, we completely dominated the game. They created nothing. If I was a Huddersfield fan, I'd be very, very frustrated, but I'm not. I'm a Red, and I was absolutely delighted the way it going there. And a shout out to Carrick's as well. In lie of the current toxic environment, I think he put out a tweet, or his social media team put out a tweet about being match day and all that. Just the usual generic footballer tweet. And some of the comments that were left underneath it, was just horrible, just sick, really. But he played very well, and the biggest things about him were obviously the save. It was great That's important thing, bread and butter for a keeper. But the way he was more vocal, the way he communicated with his centre halves, the way he was, swept out for the ball. He came out, he was aggressive, he didn't shit himself. He played the ball. Like, the one that comes to mind straight away is the one a couple of phases before the second goal, where he comes out. You can hear him roaring because the defenders drop off, and he just heads to the one side. A couple of phases later, as I said, it's the Bobby chance. But to go back through the breakthrough moment, when you are playing against a low bank team, you do need a little bit of magic at times, that just to get that breakthrough, and we got it, to be fair, albeit with a little bit of deflection for Chan. But, it was a decent strike, hit it through. And it was the breakthrough that we needed and the breakthrough that we deserved. And it rounded off a kind of a large phase of constant possession. The possession stats, I think I just glanced in there before I go on. I'll look at them a bit more later on. But I think we had almost 80% possession and so much possession in their half as well. And, we really, we got at them. We held the ball quick. We moved it quickly. We were just kind of nice and composed in ourselves. And, the breakthrough came with Chan. And then we kept the ball well. Didn't really allow them into the game that much. And then we got hit by the sucker puncher at half time with the goal right before half time on Saturday night. But we had the complete polar end of the spectrum really tonight with Bobby with a little bit of magic. And, call it Suarez-like, call it whatever you want. Just a wonderful piece of magic, came through down the byline. He's waiting. And then just gives the keeper the shiny teeth and the eyes and just zips it in off one post onto the other. And it was just the perfect tonic that we needed when even the build-up and the performance deserved. And then right before halftime, and you could feel a level of positivity coming through fans, the team, everyone, etc., etc. And it's just a joy to watch. And then the second half, really, I thought it was a very mature performance. I thought we showed a lot of game management. We just kept the ball, didn't do anything crazy, no gung-hos. We had a couple of opportunities. Interestingly, we had a lot of opportunities from Chan, from, as I said at the start, the way they kind of both midfielders kind of split from down the right wing. He must have, I think it was 2 crosses that he put into Manny for headers. The one was saved, another one just wide. A couple of the breakaways, but we got the opportunity then for the third goal from the penalty. A little bit soft, but you'll take those all days long. There is a bit of contact. I don't know what the defender is doing. And then, interestingly, in the current climate of Liverpool penalty takers, another one, Bobby missed another one at the weekend there. There's like, who's going to take it? And Millie must have been assigned to take it, but you see Salah, ultra confidence, he says, no, my penalty, and he tucks it away. And what I loved about that moment was just Salah, player, just showing some balls, showing some bottle and taking it, zipping away. And then afterwards, there's no in your face, it's just, sorry Millie, yeah, but, had to be done. Great to see. And the goal that he probably deserved, had a couple of other opportunities. The one where he dragged it wide and tried to flick it back, but, just smashing record Salah is, he goes on and on. You can see he just has this flow of confidence about him, and he's right at the top of his game now, and refreshing to keep him on the score sheet. And I love the way that he's trying to take the penalties now, just to keep the record going even higher. And then from then on, we were ultra confident. They created nothing really. There wasn't even the scary moment in my mind. It was just a very professional performance, a performance that we needed, and one that was just so nice to have at the moment, because it's calming. The whole hysteria is calmed down. The transfer window is going to close, for better, for worse. We're stuck with what we have. We go on together, but it's this confidence. We've got to win back. We've got a bit of a mojo back. Spurs at the weekend with a great record against them at Anfield. We owe them one from earlier on in the season. And all of a sudden, isn't life a hell of a lot more rosy when the Reds win? And just the ease, the confidence, it was just a perfect performance. And so relieved, a massive smile on my face. We all needed that. And it was thank you Reds for putting a smile on all our red little cheeks after that, as I said, badly needed. But there we are, folks. That's been my match reaction. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the Redmen TV, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Up the Reds!